Good day, everybody. So for those of you who have not seen our new residential slide gate operator in the wild yet, this is her. This is Juno. Juno is a 12-volt residential slide gate operator that utilizes the Mercury 310 board. It's really neat. I like it a lot. So my application is solar, and I've got the separate battery box. Juno comes with an AC transformer in it and an 8 amp hour battery for battery backup. That's the way it comes standard. If you're going to do solar, then you'll disconnect the internal 8 amp hour battery and you'll go with a separate battery box. My battery box actually utilizes two 50 amp hour batteries stacked on top of one another. So that's an option. Has nice trays in there for it. So the power from the two batteries tied parallel. So these two batteries are tied positive to positive, negative to negative, and that power then goes through a conduit back over to Juno for power. Also, my solar panel is running through that same conduit and connecting to the solar input on the Mercury 310 board. Some things to note, the claim to fame for Mercury 310 in swing gate applications is that you don't have to use monitored entrapment devices, and you are still UL 325 compliant. That does not hold true in a slide gate application. So even though we're using Mercury 310, it is different firmware in the board, and it does require a monitored entrapment device in each direction. It's up and running. It is really nice. Runs really well, really smooth. I like the green indicator light showing you that it's been activated. Also, I have an external light on it right there coming through that bottom window. The reflective photo eye is looking out that top window. And I have that bottom light connected to a switch 12-volt power, so anytime the board is awake, that gives me a little night light across my opening. That's an option. That doesn't come part of Juno. That's just an option that I'm testing. It gives me a blinking light when it's timing out to auto close. And there she goes closing again. I'm on a cantilever gate here. This opening is 16 feet wide. The gate in total is 25 feet in length. I believe the specs on Juno say up to a 30-foot gate and 800 pounds, I believe. On the chain are basically the target magnets from a Slide Smart DC unit. So those just mount to the chain on each end. And there are sensors in the back of the cabinet underneath the chain guard that activate the limits. The magnets activate those sensors for the limit switches. So that's what she looks like on the outside. There she is on the inside. And basically, there you see the reflective BlueBUS photo eye and the night light. Mounting for that reflective photo eye is going to have to be changed a little bit. You see that I have to have it kind of at a little bit of an angle to have it look out the window. Engineering's working on that. They're going to get that fixed up for us. You see right back there is where the 8 amp hour battery would reside, right back in here. And then power from our transformer system. So this is our 110 volt transformer. Transforms down to low voltage AC. Rectifier and regulator are inside here. Then DC power would come out of here and go to our charging input right here, which is where I have my solar panel connected right now. Of course, battery connects there. So same Mercury 310 board, just a different firmware in it. And really nice. Options on mounting it. The standard way it comes is it's a pad mount unit. So it comes with an anchor plate and J-bolts. You would just pour concrete pad with the J-bolts attached to the anchor plate, and then take the nuts off, set the unit down on the anchors. You would want to build your pad pretty high because Juno does have a pretty low profile. So, you don't want the chain too close to the ground, of course. I chose to go with a post mounting option. So the post mount option includes this black plate that bolts to a 4x4 square tubing post. And that's also how the box is mounted, the battery box, to a 4x4 post. So I just have two 4x4 posts set. I do have an underground brace between them. Makes it super strong. And that's how I mounted Juno up in my application. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, it does have a mechanical release. So right here is the mechanical release. Just turn it, disengage it, and then you can easily open the gate by hand. And of course, when you re-engage it, it will lock back in, and it's not going to know where it's at, so it may not slow down exactly the right position. In fact, it's going to run slow because it knows I moved it, so it's going to run slow till it finds the next limit. Once it finds that limit, it'll go back to running normally. Actually see the other limit switch coming in right there. Going back behind the unit, going inside the chain cover, and that's what's going to activate the limit. Boom, close limits on. Now if we give it an open position activation, running normally. So that's Juno. I'm really happy with it. It's in beta test and probably still has some refinement to do on it, but all in all, it's working extremely well. So just remember though, even though it's Mercury 310, and in swing gate applications we don't have to put external entrapment devices, in a slide gate application it will require at least one monitored entrapment device in the opening direction and one in the closing direction. So hope that's informative for everybody. If you have any questions, contact me. I'll be glad to try to answer them. And hope you like Juno.